All I can say, if I were in your position, I would take with myself and hand over to someone else who is not compromised.
To the Avenue, forward all loyal viewers and subscribers. Today on the Avenue, we will be looking at Prime Minister Andrew Holness' speech that he delivered at kingshouse in the swearing ceremony of 2 new ministers and introduce a new ministry, my people. And I know I have much to say on this at the moment, so you leave your thoughts and views in the comment section and let us have that discussion. And if you are new here, forward to the Avenue. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Thank you, Madam Master of Ceremonies.
You're welcome, sir.
His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, our dearly beloved Governor General. The Honorable Dr. Horace Chang, our dearly beloved Deputy Prime Minister. And Minister of National Security, a title that he embraces these days very well. And the other members of the Cabinet who are here. I'm scoring the audience for Senator the Honorable Tom Tavares Finson. He sent apologies. And other members of the Senate who are here. Our newly appointed ministers. I don't know how to read your titles. You still carry the ambassador? Senator Ambassador the Honorable Audrey Marks. Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for efficiency, innovation, and digital transformation. We have to find an acronym for it. And Senator Delano Seiveright, Minister of State in the Ministry of Tourism. The Honorable Dr. Audrey V. Sewell, the Cabinet Secretary. Our permanent secretaries who are here. Bishop Christine Bengucci, District President of the Jamaica Methodist Church. Specially invited guests, especially the proud family members of our newly minted ministers, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. I don't usually go through the salutations in this detail. And in fact, I have issued a directive to the Cabinet Secretary, and she refused to follow it. Which is that once the protocol has been established, we have no need to repeat it. But see that this is such a special event, and we have all so many special persons here, it is deemed appropriate that the Prime Minister goes through the very august salutations. I'm very pleased this morning to welcome Senator the Honorable Ambassador Audrey Marks to the Cabinet as Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for efficiency, innovation, and digital transformation. I know you have already received a warm welcome in the Senate. Minister Marks will be focusing on 2 areas of critical importance to the country. The first area that I'm tasking Minister Marks with is the reform of government bureaucracy. This responsibility will entail cultivating a government bureaucracy that is agile. Agility and bureaucracy don't always go together, but I'm sure Audrey will find a way. That is growth-oriented and innovation-driven, one that actively enables entrepreneurship, fosters innovation, and accelerates the implementation of major projects as a critical catalyst for our national pivot to growth. There is no doubt that the stringent fiscal policies we implemented to control excessive government spending have been a success. No question about that. They have reduced public debt, restored macroeconomic stability, and strengthened accountability. However, the very layers of controls, checks, and balances that helped us rein in wasteful spending have now created a new challenge. One that slows down essential approvals, delays critical infrastructure projects, and stifles economic growth. Minister Marks will have responsibility, and I want you to listen to this one carefully, streamlining processes for efficiency and economic development. What's that acronym? SPEED. Streamlining processes for efficiency and economic development, not to be confused with Doge. And appoint an advisory team of public sector stakeholders as she undertakes a comprehensive review of Jamaica's governance arrangements, systems, and processes, and implement targeted reforms that will eliminate inefficiencies, reduce bureaucratic delays, and enhance the ease, or rather the speed, of doing business. So, Minister Marks, your first duty is to get the speed committee in place. I hate to have a committee for speed. But because the subject is so complex and there are many strings that you will have to be pulling, it's always good to have an advisory task force. So let me not use the term committee. It's an advisory task force. Yes, an advisory speed force. I like that one. Yes, so you will appoint the advisory speed force. Now, for the average Jamaican listening, the experience with bureaucracy is probably primarily expressed in the frustration at our tax offices. It's the experience in trying to call a government entity and not getting a response on the telephone. It's the customer service at public offices. It's the tremendous paperwork that you are required to go through. It is the giving of information over and over and over again. It is this small frustrating things which cost you. I was speaking to someone recently who pointed out that they submitted a plan for renovation to their home. They're doing an expansion and they were submitting a plan to one of the parish councils. And just one letter was left off, a description of an item. And it was sent back for it to be reprinted. Now, those of you who understand the cost of reprinting plans. And so this is how we, the average public, experience bureaucracy. And sometimes you can't blame the person who is charged with enforcing the rules of the bureaucracy. They are just doing their job. And they are not paid to exercise discretion or to show initiative. or to be entrepreneurial, they're punished for that. So when we say we're establishing, it's not a new ministry, but it will certainly have a new focus within the office of the Prime Minister. This is something that is critical to relieve the pressure points, the pain points on citizens, but to also increase the pace of growth. It is also a signal that the government is listening, that the government cares enough to restructure its own bureaucracy, its own operations, its own business processes, to make life easier for the average citizen. The truth is that bureaucracies become very self-indulgent. They are there to preserve and expand themselves. That's the truth. And unless government review bureaucracy, they grow large and unwieldy. And this is not new to Jamaica. This is the experience right across the world. I was watching the BBC recently, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced some significant review to their National Health Service. So it should not be looked upon as, government attempt to pass blame or for some political purpose. No, it is absolutely important that government continually reviews the public bureaucracy, because by nature it is there to serve itself, and governments have to ensure that the bureaucracy serves the people. That's the reality. So this government, we have appointed a minister to ensure that the bureaucracy is serving the people. That's the short of the appointment. So bureaucracy is also a part of the cost of living. So when we talk about what are we going to do to ease the cost of living, it's not just managing prices to ensure that we have a stable inflationary environment, but it is also treating with some of the issues which cause you to spend unnecessarily. And that's what speed is designed to do. But there's another element of speed, and that is to ensure that critical national projects don't end up dying on the altar of the bureaucracy, which has happened so many times. Projects that could transform Jamaica, when it gets tied up in all kinds of processes, and every part of the bureaucracy wants a part of it, whether it is investigation, accounting, review, all kinds of nonsense, while the people suffer. We have to change that. The people elect us to change that. And I'm saying to the people of Jamaica, we're going to change that. Projects that can transform Jamaica, projects that are in our national interest, these projects must be moved with expedition. Expedition. Because some of the things that they say they save is not really a savings. It's a cost. So, Minister Marks, your mandate will include the reform of public investment and procurement processes to identify and eliminate unnecessary delays in public investments and procurement processes while maintaining transparency and accountability. We have started on that already with some amendments, not the full slate, but what we can get done now, amendments to the Procurement Act. And there are other areas of government that we intend to reform momentarily. To reform development approvals and permitting processes to streamline and simplify approval requirements to prevent major investments from being stalled in administrative limbo. Establishment of, yes, I would definitely clap for that. Establishment of a fast-track mechanism for strategic investment projects while ensuring environmental and regulatory safeguards are met. Fit-for-purpose regulatory and regulations to ensure they are efficient, relevant, and not unduly burdensome. And then leveraging technology for transparency and efficiency, including the use of digital platforms to modernize applications, approvals, and monitoring processes, and promote data sharing and automation across government agencies to reduce manual processing times and enhance service delivery. The second area that you will be focusing on is digital transformation. And I want to thank Minister Dana Morris-Dixon, who previously held responsibility for this area and did an excellent job of moving this forward during her tenure. The new national identification system has gone live. We are improving connectivity with our national broadband project and GovNet. eGov Jamaica will soon be transitioning to the National ICT Authority, and we have the report and recommendations from the National AI Task Force. And let me say this: the government is taking AI very seriously. Much of the bureaucracy that we experience can easily be replaced by AI. Let me not go any further with that, but let me put it in the atmosphere. But there is much more that we need to do to accelerate the pace of Jamaica's transition to becoming a digital society. We need to accelerate the digitization of government processes and services so that citizens are able to access more government services online in the comfort of their homes, so that there is no need to worry about transportation and long lines. Minister Marks has been a pioneer in the digital transformation space herself, having pioneered a business in this field. And I know that she will bring the same innovative spirit and energy to drive the transformation of the government. In both our areas of responsibility, Minister Marks will play a key part in driving the national development agenda. Again, I welcome her as the newest member of the cabinet, and I have every confidence that she will be making great strides in the critical areas assigned to her. I now turn to the Honorable Delano Seiveright. I am also extremely pleased and proud to welcome Senator Delano Seiveright as Minister of State in the Ministry of Tourism. And I know I speak on behalf of the Honorable Ed Bartlett. Senator Seiveright is very well known in tourism circles, having previously served as senior advisor and strategist to the Honorable Edmund Bartlett, Minister of Tourism. Senator Seiveright has extensive experience in governance, tourism development, corporate communications, and stakeholder engagement. He has been actively engaged in policy development and advocacy efforts that have contributed to key legislative and economic advancements in Jamaica. I know Minister Seiveright will also contribute significantly to advancing the national growth agenda, because I am assigning him, I'm not leaving it up to his minister, I'm assigning him specific responsibilities for linkages between tourism and the general economy. tourism is a critical plank of the Jamaican economy. It serves us well in employment. It serves us well in foreign exchange. It serves us well in consuming products from the economy. But I think we can all agree that there is much more to be derived from tourism. And we want to ensure that the local economy, the average Jamaican, benefits from this incredible, natural, renewable asset, tourism, which is essentially the culture, the people, and the environment. We want to get the most out of it. And so your task, Minister, is to ensure that there is greater linkages, greater connectivity between the tourism industry and the local economy. Every Jamaican must feel the benefit of tourism. So, whether it is in agriculture, through greater consumption of our agricultural output and greater security through long-term supply contracts, whether it is in housing, by ensuring that we have housing for our tourism workers, whether it is in healthcare, by the development of health tourism, the improvement of our hospitals in tourism areas, whether it is in education, whether it is in entertainment, whichever area it is, tourism can play a critical part in the development of those areas in our economy. So, in closing, I want to say how extremely pleased and heartened I am to see highly talented and experienced Jamaicans like Minister Marks and Minister Seiveright offering themselves for public service. Public service is not easy. People look at us and they say, oh, they look so good. They don't know the struggles that you go through behind every day to come and stand at the platform, and all the challenges and all the issues that you have to address. So let me just tell you that it's not going to be easy. But I know that you have the necessary skills to cope and conquer. And I know that you will all do well. And I want to thank you both for choosing Jamaica. And as I stand here, I will say that our government does not miss a beat. Through whatever challenges there may be, whether it is a pandemic or a hurricane or some other form of exogenous shocks, there has never been a time when there is a break in our government. We are always at the wheel, steering the country. And whatever point in time in the cycle you may think it is, we don't stop government for that. We continue with our plans and we follow through right to the very end. Because that is the essence of government. It is the ubiquitous, universal, and continuing force for the governance and upliftment of the people. And that is how we have conducted our administration and our government. So welcome to the government, and we look forward to having you in the second and third and fourth and fifth term of this administration. And I take this opportunity to encourage others who may be out there thinking about government. Please let me know if you are interested. I'll find a space for you because we need good people to help with the continuity of government. We need the best minds in our country to apply themselves to government. So, I am very pleased and very grateful to have your service. So on behalf of the people of Jamaica, we welcome you. God bless you all, and thank you.
From the Avenue, this is all for now, my people. What is your thoughts and view on all of this? Leave it in the comment section below. And if you are new here, welcome forward to the Avenue. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Avenue. I'm out for now. Catch you in the next one.